Hi, welcome to this demo on fixed asset acquisition, depreciation, and disposal in Dynamics 365 Business Central. So our Dynamics interface looks like this. And for us to acquire a fixed asset, we're required to create the fixed assets card first. For us to create the fixed asset card, if you don't have fixed asset on the dashboard, you have to search for it using the global search. To create a new fixed asset card, you select new. So the list shows you the list of all created fixed assets, all existing fixed assets from your database. To create a new one, then you have to select new. This is what the fixed assets card looks like. The fixed assets number is to be entered. If it doesn't come up automatically, you have to enter it yourself. Description code is asking for the name of the asset, or name of the asset you want to acquire. Fixed assets class code. Which category does this asset fall into? So we have it as part of the IT equipment. The subclass code, if it exists, you can also enter it. If it doesn't, you can leave that blank. Location code. Where do you have this particular asset? If the organization is one that has different locations for assets, you might need to set this up so that you can select a particular location code, while the location name will have to come up automatically by itself. Serial number. You can also assign serial numbers to your fixed assets. Custodian. If assets are kept under the watch of different individuals in the organization, you can enter the person who is responsible for this particular asset. Enter the person in here. Inactive. If you don't want to make use of this fixed asset card anymore, you can make it become inactive. Or you can block the fixed assets card. When you block a fixed assets card, it prevents you from posting depreciation or any transaction related to fixed assets. Acquired. This is no because you've not posted an acquisition cost for this asset. If it is acquired, you have a date for the acquisition. The purchase cost is also going to come up automatically. The next thing we have on the fixed assets card that has to be filled is the depreciation book section. Under the depreciation book code, you have to select this complaint, the posting group. This is also in line with the fixed assets class code. Depreciation method has to be selected as well. If you don't use straight line method, you have option of selecting other method for depreciation. Depreciation starting date. From which date do you want to start depreciating this asset? Number of depreciation years. Let's assume you depreciate your IT equipment for 5 years. Depreciation ending date is going to come up automatically by itself. The book value is going to show here if you've posted transaction relating to the fixed asset, such as the acquisition cost and depreciation over time. So you see the book value here. What you just need to do is to click on it, and it shows you everything that make up the book value. Currently, it is 0 because we don't have any transactions yet for this fixed asset. So this is the basic thing you need to do to acquire a fixed asset card. You have to create a fixed asset card first, which is this. So now to post the acquisition cost, we're going to make use of a fixed asset GL journal. Go back to my global search, click on it and search for fixed asset GL journal. This is what my fixed asset GL journal card looks like. Okay, let me delete the line here so I can explain what it is all about. So once you open a fixed asset GL general card, this is what it looks like with no specific information. So you have to enter the posting date by yourself. This posting date and acquisition should be the actual date you want to be reflected on your fixed asset GL entries. So if I have purchased this asset on the first day of December, my posting date should be 1st of December. If I've purchased it on the 1st of January, my posting date should be 1st of January. So yeah, I'm going to assume that asset was purchased on the 1st of December. Then after filling the posting date, the next column is document type. So because this is a fixed asset journal, we can just leave it as blank. Document number. We don't want this document number that has been assigned automatically by the system. You can change it. So let's say if we have ACQ or FA ACQ fixed asset acquisition. Let me give it a number 0001. Now, the account type here should be fixed asset because I'm posting transaction relating to fixed assets. Account number. Now, I have to select the fixed asset I want to post acquisition cost. If I had not created a fixed assets card, I wouldn't have it as part of the list of fixed assets I can post acquisition cost for. You can see the importance of creating the fixed asset card first before posting the acquisition cost for the asset. Depreciation book code is just one complaint. Fixed asset posting type. So what kind of transaction are you trying to post for this fixed asset? So I'm trying to post an acquisition cost. I have to select acquisition cost. Description came up automatically because I selected the account number. The fixed asset I want to post acquisition cost for is computer. And description is here. I can also edit this to let's say acquisition of computer. HP computer. So the next thing I'm to do here is to enter the amount that was incurred in purchasing this particular computer. So if I'm posting a 500,000 cost to a fixed asset account card, an account is supposed to hold the credit entry for this particular transaction. This credit entry should go to either my bank account or my cash account. So yeah, I'm going to use the bank account for this demo. Select the particular bank account I want to use for this particular posting, which is this. I can also decide to enter or fill information relating to my dimensions, which is the funding source, the budget line code, and any other dimensions that relate to fixed asset acquisition. So after entering all relevant information on the line, you can now post this acquisition cost. Before posting, Dynamics allows you to see the impact of what you're about to post so that you can make corrections before doing the actual posting that is going to affect the general ledger entries. So I'll click on actions and click on posting and preview posting. So this is going to show me the impact of what I'm about to do. So it's saying if I should post this transaction, two GL entries will be created for me. A single bank account ledger entry will be created, and a fixed asset ledger entry is going to be created for me. If I click on this, I'm going to see what the ledger entry is all about. So it's saying, item my post, an acquisition amount of this is going to reflect in my fixed asset card. When I go back to check the next one, this one says a bank account ledger entry is going to be created and my bank account is going to be credited with this amount. I click on 2 for the GL entries, I'll see the two entries to be created. So I have two GL entries created for me. The first one says my cash at bank account is going to be credited with this amount, and the second line saying my asset account is going to be debited with this amount. Once I know I'm satisfied with these entries, I can go ahead to post my transaction. To post, I'll just click select post. Do you want to post the journal lines? Yes. Now the journal lines were successfully posted, and my GL journal is now blank because I have posted my transaction. I'll go back to the fixed asset card to confirm this. So I'll use my global search icon to search for fixed assets. So tell me what you want to do. What do you want to do? What do you want to search for? I'm making use of the global search box. Before I even finish typing what I want, it's giving me ideas of what I can do, what I can see relating to fixed assets. So what I want to see in my fixed assets list. And this was the fixed asset I created and posted acquisition cost for. You can see acquired, yes. This asset has been acquired and the book value is 500,000. If I click on this, I should see the breakdown of my book value. What's made up that book value? It's an acquisition cost of 500,000. That makes up my book value. So that's all about creating a fixed asset card and acquiring the fixed asset that is posting the acquisition cost for the fixed asset. Now let's move on to fixed asset depreciation in Dynamics Business Central. Now, for us to calculate depreciation, there are two methods to this. Is either we make use of the fixed asset GL journal or we make use of the calculate depreciation batch job. So the first method, which has to do with fixed asset GL journal, is okay when you're calculating depreciation for individual assets. But the calculate depreciation batch job becomes useful when you're calculating depreciation for all assets at once. So we're going to be making use of two methods. Yeah, search for my fixed asset GL journal again. So my fixed asset GL journal card remains the same. What I need to do is to make sure I enter the correct posting date for the asset. So the first depreciation date for the asset I created is January 1st. As I have entered on the card. Document number, if I don't want this, I can change this to whatever I want it to have. Account type here should be fixed asset because I'm posting transactions relating to a fixed asset. The account number is what fixed asset do I want to calculate depreciation for or post depreciation for. The next is the depreciation book code. I have a posting type. What kind of transaction do I want to post? I want to post the depreciation. So I have to select that. Description can also be changed. Depreciation for the month of January. The next thing here is the amount. So what this means is you must have calculated the amount for the depreciation by yourself and you have to enter it. So I'm going to assume the depreciation amount for this asset on a monthly basis is 1,000. And the balance account type here is going to be an expense account. So if I'm depreciating the fixed asset account, then the debit should go to an expense account. And the expense account is part of my GL account category. So balance account number, I have to select the depreciation expense account. If I don't want to search, I can use select from full list. So this shows me the list of all my GL account. I can just scroll down to what I want. I can also search for this. Now this is depreciation expense for IT. Other information I can enter are information relating to my dimensions, the funding source, the budget line code, and the likes. All other dimensions I feel is relevant to posting of this depreciation. You can also enter department code if I feel it is also relevant. After doing that, I can post. Before posting, I can also preview posting. I'll click on actions, click on posting, then preview posting. So this allows me to see the outcome of what I'm about to post before posting it. Actions, posting, preview posting. Oh, so it's saying, okay, let me go back there. There's an arrow. So this is the usefulness of preview posting. It allows you to see errors or the impact of what you're about to do. So now this is saying if I should post this transaction, there's going to be an issue because the accumulated depreciation must not be positive. If I'm to debit the expense account, then the accumulated depreciation account ought to be credited. And what I have here on my line is a debit amount, the positive amount, which is wrong. This should be a negative amount. This amount works in line with the first account I have selected here. Whatever I select here determines whether my amount should be in positive or negative. So what I have selected here is the fixed asset card, which is linked to the accumulated depreciation account card. So this should be a negative amount because that account has to be credited. And this other one, which is my expense account, is going to be debited. So now let me click on preview posting and see the impact of what I'm about to do. So this is it. By the time I post this transaction line, two GL entries will be created for me and one fixed asset ledger entry is going to be created. Let me click on this to see the fixed asset ledger entry. So it's saying there's going to be a depreciation of 1,000 to my fixed asset and the two GL entries are the first one. So there's a debit. There's going to be a debit of 1,000 naira to my expense depreciation IT expense account, and the second one, the accumulated depreciation account is going to be credited. If I know I'm satisfied with this, I can go ahead to post this transaction. Now, the second method for calculating depreciation, like I said, is the calculate depreciation batch job. I'll use my global search icon to search for that. So this is useful if you want to calculate depreciation for all of your assets at once. What you just need to do is to make sure the posting date is correct, the document number you want to assign is correct, and the posting description is also correct. So here my posting date is 1st of January. The posting description is depreciation for January 2024. Okay, if I don't want to post depreciation for all assets at once, I have the option of filtering per the asset I want to depreciate for. So I have fixed assets where the fixed asset number is this. It means I want to calculate depreciation for only these assets. If this field is empty, it means I'm calculating depreciation for all assets. If I select anything here, I'm calculating depreciation for only what I have selected. If it is empty, I'm calculating for everything. So yeah, I'm just going to calculate depreciation for only my computer. Select OK. So this is saying, okay, I think I need to complete some setup before I move on with this. So this is saying one fixed asset geometry line has been created for me. The difference between this method and the other method is that the depreciation cost is going to be calculated automatically. I don't need to think about it myself. Before I post, I can also preview posting to see the impact of this. So the same two GL entries and one fixed asset ledger entry is going to be created. So this is more accurate. Not like the initial one where I just enter 1000 naira as the depreciation expense, which is wrong. So the system has automatically calculates the depreciation expense for me. I'm satisfied with this. I can go ahead to post this depreciation amount and it's going to impact the fixed asset net book value. Let's go back to the fixed asset card to confirm that. You can see my book value is not 500,000 anymore. I click on this, you can see what makes up that amount I have as book value. So you see my book value comprises of these two things, an acquisition cost and a depreciation of this amount. That's all about calculating depreciation for fixed assets in Dynamics. Now let's move on to fixed asset disposal in Business Central. So we use the same fixed asset GL journal to post disposal for fixed assets. So we have our blank journal template again. The posting date has to be correct. So yeah, I'm going to assume I'm posting this at the end of the month. The disposal date must not come before the last depreciation date. The document number, I can leave it as this. My account type here should be fixed assets because I'm posting transactions into fixed assets. Account number, which fixed asset do I want to dispose? Depreciation book code has to be selected. The posting type, what kind of posting do I want to um, carry out? It's a disposal, so I have to select disposal. Description can also be altered. Now for disposal, you don't need to enter an amount. You don't need to enter an amount for the disposal. The system automatically disposes it at the book value of the asset. So one other information I can enter on this is the dimensions code. If I feel they are relevant to posting this disposal, I can enter them on the line. So like I said, the amount is not required. The system automatically picks the book value of the asset and dispose it at that amount. So I can click on actions and posting to preview posting to see the impact of what I'm about to post to be sure it's going to dispose these assets at the right cost. So this is same if I should post that transaction line, 3 GL entries will be created for me and 4 fixed asset ledger entries will be created for me. Let's view the fixed asset ledger entries. So the first line says the proceed is 0. So I didn't sell this asset because um, I'm disposing because it's not of use to the company. So because I'm disposing at no sales value, my proceed is 0. The gain or loss account are 493 amount. Acquisition cost is now a negative value, unlike when I just posted the acquisition cost, which was a positive, and now my accumulated depreciation amount is now a positive. So if I feel I'm okay with all of this and I understand what it means, I can go ahead to post this disposal. Now the second option for posting disposal is posting disposal using a sales invoice. That is if you are selling the assets. So we won't be doing that here. That's all about disposal of fixed assets in Dynamics. Thanks for watching.